One of the truest statements I've ever came across is how dangerous it is to be chosen, to have a spiritual awakening, especially if you live in the West. It's a very rare occurrence, actually. Even in the Eastern culture, they work very hard to wake up even their own citizens. And considering that they work towards doing that, it should say a lot for the West. The West suppresses us substantially to not be able to have a spiritual awakening. After a spiritual awakening, you're going to feel called to something that helps the world. And you don't exactly get much of a choice. The divine has a way of pushing you out of your shell to help the world. It doesn't matter how quiet of a person you've always been, that you've always kept to yourself. You don't like the spotlight. You much prefer to stay out of the spotlight due to you feel it to be very uncomfortable. But after a spiritual awakening, there's not much of a choice. There's a calling put on your life, and you have to follow it. And it's one of the hardest paths you will ever walk. Because in a world that is mainly conscious and has no understanding of the unconscious or the spiritual world, you're going to feel like an outcast. You're going to be outcasted. Many of the things that you know, it's not what many other people believe. This world is much more complex than we are led to believe. There's a lot more to it than we are taught. You're a form of a liberator. You were chosen to make a difference in this world and not to blend in. And that's the hard part. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot of relationships, from personal, family, friends, lovers, etc., just to follow this path. It's the hardest thing you will literally ever do in your entire life. But if you think about it, even from an organized religion standpoint that a lot of people can understand, is Jesus Christ. He was different than the rest of his society during his time. He lived an authentic life. He brought knowledge that most people did not believe. And he was crucified by the people that were in control during his day. It speaks volumes. It's not safe to be chosen, but it's also important because lives truly do matter. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that many people don't even understand what's going on. But the chosen ones can see it all. They understand it. May God be with you.